4th. You might be saying, oh, wait, an election? Yes, people, we have an election on November 4th. Here in Texas, early voting kicks off Monday, October 20th. And today, Harris County Clerk Tanisha Hudspeth and Outreach Coordinator Billy Wynn are here with everything we need to know as we make a plan to go to the polls. Welcome to you both. It's nice to see you. Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, it's good to see you. I mean, this is a common response from people. Wait a minute, why do we have an election right now? But there's some important things on the ballot.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us today. So as you can see, this is a printout of a sample ballot here in Harris County. We're the third largest county in the nation and the largest in the state of Texas. So every November, there is something to vote on in Texas. So we're going to talk about that today. As a matter of fact, the whole state votes for 17 state constitutional amendments. And there's always amendments right after a legislative session, which took place, and then there was a special session after a special session. So the whole state will see that. But this election, which typically doesn't happen in an odd year, there's a special election for Congressional District 18 to replace the seat of former Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee and then former Mayor and Congressman Sylvester Turner and City of Houston at-large 4. And because Harris County is so large, there are many other cities and jurisdictions within the county that will have races on the ballot, like school board or trustees. So look, if you're sitting at home wondering, oh, I didn't realize there's another election, there is one. And no matter where you're at here in Harris County, you have something to vote on.
You absolutely do. And people often talk about like the general election for, you know, when we're voting for president, everyone, you know, knows about that. But these are ballot initiatives. These are candidates. The policies, the decisions that they make can certainly directly impact the lives of Houstonians. To get that sample ballot, Clerk Hudspeth, can we just go online, harrisvotes.com?
You absolutely can. You can go to harrisvotes.com, put in your specific information, your name and address, and it'll give you your sample ballot. So you definitely won't have something this big or this large, but it'll be the measures on your ballot that you'll get to see. So we say make a plan now. Early voting starts on Monday. So we're here to talk all about that and get you prepared to cast your ballot.
Now is the time to make your plan, to do your research so you are ready to vote. Here's some info on your screen. And again, you can review those sample ballots for Harris County online, find your polling location. Even if you know where you have voted in the past, it's a good idea to check this in advance because they can change, right, Clerk Hudspeth?
That's right. Well, right now, everything's coded for this election, but there's a lot of information overflow, I think, that people are on right now. And we want to just make sure that folks are aware. Number one, there's an election going on. Two, your vote matters, even more so in local elections. These are the elections that meet you at your doorstep.
There you go. There you go. Okay, Billy Wynn, you're here to show us how this is done. When people go to their polling place, they're going to check in, right? And what do they need to bring with them to the polls?
So first, what they need to provide is a List A ID, a photo ID. In my opinion, I think a driver license is going to be the easiest thing to show.
Okay.
Once they show that driver license, we will issue them a ballot paper along with a ticket number. And with the ticket number, you're going to go ahead and enter it into our dual machine.
Okay.
For training, today's our ones.
Got it. So this is just a sample for our television viewers. These are not real candidates.
That's
we are
right.
not actually voting for anything here on television, in case that is not totally clear.
And the nice thing about Harris County is you're able to vote in 4 different languages: English, Spanish, Chinese, and Vietnamese.
Fantastic. Okay. And then we're inserting the arrow toward the screen. Okay, and Billy, I noticed this paper is sticking out from the screen. That is totally normal, correct?
That is normal, yes.
Okay, and so essentially you're just following the instructions on the screen here.
We have an ATI device that helps you vote if you have any visual or hearing impairment. Today, for the sake of it, I will skip and begin voting.
Okay.
And at this point, it's like playing with a giant iPad. It's a touch screen to select the candidates you want, and once you are done, you just print out your ballot.
There you go. And that next button is clearly marked right there in blue at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. We're seeing names of candidates, fictitious candidates, again, we will point out. And this is where people would also see potential ballot initiatives and then continue the process of hitting next. Now, at the very end of your ballot, you have a chance to, looks like a review. Is that correct, Billy?
That is correct, yes. If everything looks right, you could go ahead and just print out your ballot.
Okay, you're going to hit print. And then at this point, once you have selected yes, that you do indeed want to print your ballot, we're going to see this paper run through the machine. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Takes just a moment. And why is it important that there is a paper trail. I mean, that really is a paper trail left behind, Clerk.
Absolutely. Well, in the state of Texas, our legislators set the Texas election code. And so one of the requirements with our new voting systems and certification is that in Texas, no matter what county you're in, even if you have different equipment, we have to have paper ballot trail, paper ballot auditing, and it is part of the election process. So essentially, you have multiple chances to check that all your work is exactly what you wanted it to be on that ballot before turning it into scan and for the ballot to count. So we're simply following the law as election officials, but what's most important is that voters are not just pressing a button and sending it. They get to see what their selections are before they scan their final results.
There you go. And Billy, you have your final ballot, your final sample ballot of fictitious candidates. And then at that point, where do you take that?
Now, you would go ahead and cast it into this big box right here. American flag pops up, your vote counts.
There you go. So once you have completed this final step, well, actually, it's not the final step. The final step is getting a sticker saying you voted.
Absolutely. You can't leave the poll without that I voted sticker, right? So make sure after you cast your ballot, you get that I voted sticker. Most of the election workers are not going to let you walk out without it.
There you go. What are some important dates we need to keep in mind?
Absolutely. So the first day to vote early is October 20th. That's just days away. Monday, October 20th through October 31st, a total of 12 days, including a weekend to vote early. And the hours are 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., including Halloween. So it's okay if you want to wear a costume inside the poll if you choose to go vote on Halloween. And then, of course, the last day is Election Day, which is November 4th. If you qualify to vote by mail, that last day is October 24th for the application to be received in my office. So there are many dates that are coming sooner than later. Don't just focus on the fall season. Cast your ballot and then go do the fun stuff.
There you go. And an important point. It must be received in your office by Friday, October 24th, not postmarked.
That's right.
In your office.
That's right. So if you qualify to vote by mail, you think you're going to be out of the county before 65 and above, traveling, go ahead and get your application in as soon as possible so we can get that mail ballot to you in the mail.
Okay, there you go. Harris County Clerk Tanisha Hudspeth, it's great to see you.
Thank you so much. Remember, your vote matters no matter the type of election. And so we want you to go there. Over 60 early voting sites to vote at and over 600 on Election Day to vote at. So no excuses.
No excuses.
That's right.
Very, very nice, Clerk. Billy Wynn, thanks so much for the demonstration as well.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to see you both.
Yeah.
Every vote counts. Please get out and vote. Clerk Tanisha Hudspeth, Billy Wynn. Again, that website, harrisvotes.com. You can also call 713-755-6965 if you'd like to learn more about voting in the November 4th general and special elections. Do your homework, get out and vote.